Okay, just checking.
Sounds good.
Check, check. And 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Barely Maintaining, the ultimate podcast for die-hard Chicago Bears fans. Join your host, Ryan Burheit, and me, Michael Guyton, as we dive into all things Bears. From game analysis and player insights to the latest news and fan stories, Ryan and I cover it all. They're cheering from Soldier Field or your living room. Barely Maintaining keeps you connected to your favorite team. Now, let's get ready to bear down. Welcome, everyone, to Barely Maintaining, episode 41, May 10th of 2025 episode. We had a rookie minicamp this week for the Bears. We'll talk about that. Retirement in the NFL happening. NBA playoffs. MLB is kind of in full swing now. Talk about the Cubs.
What you did there.
And NHL. Playoffs are in, and they seem to be pretty competitive from what I've paid attention to. A lot of overtimes, a lot of game sevens.
And by pay attention means, Michael, I gave you a heads up that there's a sick game on. And you're like, I haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, I don't have time to watch it. I do check highlights and everything throughout the week. And then of course, there's the water cooler talk about cool plays and whatnot. But that being said, what is the news? I know there is some news.
Yep. You alluded to the big one there. Derek Carr has officially retired from the NFL. I'm assuming that shoulder injury has got to be pretty bad. It's kind of done with that. It kind of leaves the Saints in a weird position now because they don't really have a quarterback.
Spencer Rattler's your guy, I guess, right? Did draft that some weird Tyler kid that I've never heard of.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Is that the Louisville guy?
Couldn't even tell you where he went to school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that sounds about right. I don't know. But that was a weird move of drafting them. Spencer Rattler, I think you know what you got there.
Yeah.
And I think
Taysom Hill starts?
Yeah, if he's still in the squad, but I think they and I will say, I will give full credit. This is Richard's take, but I like where he went with it. Is that they're basically going to tank this year and try to get Archie Manning next year.
I can see that. Yeah,
the family circle,
That's where that was kind of the theory for a lot of the people was for the Browns was take a couple of the quarterbacks late. And if next year you got good spots, like you either find out you have a good quarterback or you're just in a position where you are in a better quarterback class with no quarterback. So it's like, and then you plug them in because they've got somewhat of a squad there. Like,
and I feel like I've paid no attention to what the Saints have been because, Derek Carr's been injured and, they have Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Who was back just a few years ago. I would say they have some pieces, right? They got a good fan base down there, so.
Oh yeah.
And historically, the ownership seemed to be like pretty good ownership.
Yeah, I would say so.
NFL kind of wanted them to win that Super Bowl after Katrina and stuff, though.
Yeah. Some other things going on too are, let's see, Jaguars Travis Hunter begins on offense. We'll start taking some defensive reps next week. So it looks like, I don't know if that's kind of a sign that like they're putting that first and foremost and then kind of putting him on the defensive side of it later, or if they're going to kind of just go back and forth. I'm excited to see what they do there. Like, it's going to be a fun story no matter what, right? Like, there's that what if of like, theoretically, and this is in a crazy world, but like, he could win both defensive rookie and offensive rookie in the same year, and that would just be insane. It'd just be cool. I don't think it's going to happen by any means.
Feeling, and it's not the same thing, but it has a feeling when I was a kid of Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders, just dual sport. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's
Right.
like, wow, this guy's that good in multiple disciplines. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I like it. I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I don't necessarily think so either. It's a very cool story to be following, and like in the midst of being able to see.
I don't think he's rookie of the year at either position if he's doing two positions.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think somebody like a quarter theoretically, usually that's for quarterbacks on offense.
Right.
Defense, it's kind of all over the place, right? Like it's usually a just key piece that just makes a big difference. But I could see him just pushing that though, if I'm being honest. Let's see. I knew I saw a couple other ones. Patriots defensive coordinator Terrell Williams is working remotely on doctor's orders. It didn't really get into why, but I thought that was pretty just kind of an interesting. That had like, I'm not saying it is, but it had like COVID feelings of like working remotely while trying to teach your defensive schemes his first year.
Yeah.
Oh, and then go ahead.
Who's that is working remotely?
The defensive coordinator for the Patriots, Terrell Williams.
I'm familiar with who that is, but yeah, that's it is weird, and it does have a lot of 2020 feeling.
Yeah. Another big news headline this week was George Pickens traded to the Cowboys. So that was.
Yeah.
Why is it so dark? What the heck?
Yeah.
It's got really dark for some reason on that screen.
Really keeps shedding light on you in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. To say the least. I will say that I guess that in my opinion, Else got the better of the trade as far as a number one wide receiver for a third and a fifth, but I think it's trouble for the locker room. And you couldn't have him and DK Metcalf in the same locker room.
Just look at the history, though, of Mike Tomlin letting go of his receivers.
Bad cases?
Yeah, well, like he holds on to them until it's no longer valuable to have them on the offense anymore. Claypool, Antonio Brown,
I think he's a good analyzer of where you're at in your career.
Yeah. Also, he's not going to be number one.
No, of course not.
CeeDee Lamb is. So is that going to piss him off?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. How does that play out?
Are we going to have fist fights from Pickens every day?
The problem wasn't wide receiver down there in Dallas. To me, it's your quarterback staying healthy.
Yeah.
You're going to have a backup, and your backup was, I named something Cooper Rush or something?
Yeah, Cooper Rush, and then the 49ers guy, that Trey Lance, who was jumped over and they picked up somebody else even, I think.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I'm curious. I did see a meme that was they joked that no matter what receivers you have out there, and then it just showed the glaring window from the Cowboys stadium that just blinds every receiver, and Jerry refuses to tint it. And even CeeDee Lamb's had trouble seeing in it and everything, because you can't see the fucking ball from that angle because it's just blaring through that window.
Just like you're getting flashbanged. You're running down the field.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how that all turns out. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. My opinion is that obviously something's up because they took a third and a fifth, third number one wide receiver for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So that tells me there's some. They wanted him they'd rather have him out of there. Plus, they don't have a quarterback. What are they even doing?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Not a quarterback. Waiting for Aaron Rodgers. They have Mason Rudolph. And I think a couple other guys.
By the way, it's not the Pittsburgh, but it is the Browns. Did you see what they did to Kenny Pickett in the freaking hand picture?
Oh.
They shared a picture and it had Joe Flacco gripping the ball and Kenny Pickett gripping the ball. And like Kenny Pickett's like hands barely wrap around the ball.
I know. The top comment was gross.
Also with 2 gloves on. Like, that's crazy.
And that's Roethlisberger-y.
Yeah.
I don't know, to each his own, but yeah, it definitely looked like Flacco was going to have the starting position based on
at this point.
Ball grip. It's like, yeah, that thing don't look like it can hold on the ball very good.
Yeah. Let's see. There was some drama around the jersey number that Abdul Carter will wear. That has been sorted out now. He's going to wear number 51. It's not a huge deal, but it was just kind of a interesting thing that was going on. I can't remember who he asked, and they said no, but he just was trying to get a certain number, and I can't remember exactly what it was.
It was actually LT, Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The biggest. He's like, nah, you gotta go make your own name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Asked it here now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have like Cam Ward getting a Warren Moon or no, it was Steve McNair's number.
Oh yeah.
Like him handing it over, like, you're gonna make this great again. Like, yeah. So it was like 2 opposite sides of the coin. Lawrence,
yeah.
Like, no. Just think their numbers. I mean, to me, it is like obviously there's certain numbers like number 23. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 42 for baseball. Like, it's just kind of those.
Right. There's a few, but other than that, it's like I would pick a number that nobody else has, right?
Yeah. Well, you got like 99 for hockey. It's like there's very specific numbers for each sport. That's like either A, if you take it, you got to be great, or B, like you shouldn't be taking it.
The number's 11, so
yeah,
that's the number I always pick. Like in
I was 33.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, it was ever since I was in like Pee Wee football, I was 33.
Plus, there's been as far as Bears go,
Yeah, good number.
It's been.
The Panthers released Jadeveon Clowney after 1 season. And then, let's see.
Does he still want to play, do you think?
I would assume so.
Maybe he had cheap.
He's 32 years old, so he's not like
that's
super
young.
Yeah. For a defensive lineman, they can play for a few more years at least.
Someone else. On the other side.
He was pretty he is a good defensive lineman that got overhyped in that draft class because of that hit, right? Like, probably not a first rounder. Probably could have been a third or fourth.
Based on the career length, and he's been consistent.
Yeah.
He's never been that guy where he's like Myles Garrett.
Yeah, probably not like one of the first picks like he was, but
that was like, I remember him. They were just like talking about him like he was like,
yeah,
the next LT.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's had a great career, has he not? Is it a Hall of Fame career?
I wouldn't say Hall of Fame, but definitely one of those guys that like you could hang your hat on his ability in the NFL. Like you could, I would be very happy for because he's never been like the Max or the Bosa's or any of those guys, but definitely you want to pair him on the opposite end of one of those guys because it's like those guys can't be double teamed if he's also on the other side.
Yeah.
So
here, check this out. Since 2020, he was on the Titans. Yeah, and then he had 0 sacks. Looks like probably injury that year. 21, 9 sacks for Browns. 22, 2 sacks for the Browns. 23, the Ravens, 9.5 sacks, and then 5.5 sacks last year for the Panthers.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying he should have just stayed with the Ravens because he fit in the scheme well.
Obviously, he had some help there.
Yeah,
but it might not have been his choice either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's a serviceable guy, but there's a lot of guys out there still too.
Yeah.
I just feel like the Bears need, because of the way the draft went, where we didn't actually pick up more depth on the line too much, especially at left tackle, and then edge rush.
We got sniped so many times in that draft. Just like
I think we went player available instead of position of need, because that's the way the draft kind of demanded, you know?
Yeah, and I think it just kept going to the point where it was like, we, like, every time it was like, okay, we're going to get that pick. Oh, well, now 4 linemen went in that spot. I was like, well, that sucks. And then Ashton Genty was already taken. So it's like, okay, like all the people that, if we didn't get Ashton Genty, if you're one of the people that didn't believe we should get him, which I was, like, I think we wanted to go more depth there. It was like, okay, well, that sucks because Ashton Genty went, and like 3 of the tackles that would have made sense for us to take also got taken. So it's like we kept getting pushed in these weird spots where it's like those runs kept happening right before we got it, and it's like, well, that just took all of the steam out of anything that we could have had with that.
Sure. But I'm also like not sold on first round running backs at this point in the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, what, Saquon Barkley is like the outlier on that?
Yeah, for sure. And there are, you're going to have those guys here and there. Maybe Ashton Genty is that guy, but so like you could just, have a bad hit in the first game and not have them at all.
Right.
Because they just take so much wear and tear in practice and everything. Speaking of which, we got a steal in the second round with Luther Burton. Everyone said he should have been a first rounder. He's got a chip on his shoulder because he felt like he should have been an early first rounder. But he just to segue, left Saturday's practice at rookie minicamp with a potential injury to his midsection. Burton caught a deep pass down the sidelines near the end of the practice and landed awkwardly on his side, says, according to Bears Wire. Alyssa Barbieri, Bears Wire. So, see how that goes. Midsection injuries and less worrisome than extremity.
Yeah.
Especially legs,
Did you see the videos of Eric Bieniemy with the running backs?
Yeah, I was just going to mention that.
Yeah.
I was going to ask what his name was because I couldn't remember, but I love that. The like men.
Yeah.
Accountability.
Well, like the why touching the fucking cones, get your head up, like.
That's like, those are precision details that I feel like is the difference between winning playoff games and getting to the playoffs games versus not even getting there, That's the difference maker. Those are the things, like having your eyes up, being in the right, you know what I mean? Those, again, I don't know. I'm just, a fan watching from this couch, but I feel like those are the things that, like the Patriot way things, you know? Instilling the focus on the minute details, because the big ones automatically fall into place if you do those things, right?
Right.
So I like it. I mean, he's been around the league and should have been a head coach. I believe he was for a long time with Andy Reid.
Yeah, a lot of people say he took a job cut just to go here for this opportunity. So
why is he not? Did something happen with him?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Also, I think getting some of those pieces like Colston Loveland, law firm at tight end, Colston Loveland, and that's what I'm calling him, the law firm. That's his nickname because that's what it sounds like. And then Luther Burton, those are like key pieces. So obviously you need protection up front. Well, we got a whole new interior of the line.
Yeah,
at the very least. Then there's been a lot of at minicamp, a lot of talk of the kid from Boston College looking pretty good.
Yeah.
So those are all things that get you excited. But I'm trying to stay win games first, not just preseason games.
Yeah.
We have a pretty rough schedule, to be honest with you, next year. So It's I don't know how it actually shakes out yet, but I do
That'll
know
be
that
Wednesday. We'll get to know exactly, right?
yep, it's coming up here, and then figure out exactly what it's looking like. We'll have to give our take on what our on the first 4 games or something, what we're going to look like there. I think we got to come out with games. You know, I want to see a drastic difference in success rate of offensive drives.
Well, the big news of the week was the Pope being a Chicago guy. So the big joke was we'll be better at Hail Marys this year.
Yeah.
We won't lose those.
And on top of it, hear that the brand new dome is going to be roof is going to open so God can watch the Bears play.
Yeah.
Did hear a funny quote about crappy teams in the league, and it said, I can't remember what it was, but it was basically saying like, the league doesn't like the refs and stuff don't like the Raiders, but God doesn't like the Browns. So bad it's been for them. That scared me. I literally have a drum set on the other side of the screen. I thought somebody was playing it. I jumped.
Go get you to start believing in God, and it's just God's just over there jamming. Just
Lindsay peeks her head around. Just kidding. What is your thoughts? Do you think back to that Travis Hunter conversation earlier, do you think if he plays both sides, he's gonna be, and he'd be successful at both? Do you think? And still be, I mean, like, who plays every down?
Yeah. So I heard a take that was pretty interesting. I mean, I don't know how good he is necessarily to be doing that, but the game is slower in the NFL. Like, there's only 93 plays compared to 120. So, like, theoretically, like, there is less going on than when he was doing in college.
Yeah.
I think if you're the Jaguars, you do it. What's that?
Who did he play?
Yeah. Yeah, it was...
He never beat a top-ranked team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a Jacksonville and Colorado.
Yeah.
Go to the Big Ten. Go to the SEC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my question. I
think if he shows signs of being good, as the Jaguars, you get every bit of that money you can for those 4 years, and you just run him out of gas. And you go for it.
Actually, he saves you a ton of money because he's taking up 2 positions.
Yeah.
You can get another specialty guy.
Yeah. Because even if he goes out there and he plays, a nickel back.
That's what I was going to say. You put him in like nickel in a package, right? So he's not even full defense all the time guy.
Yeah. Because I think he's a better receiver than he is a defender.
Obviously, he interviewed and tested well.
Yeah.
But I have questions about the whole thing.
I'm excited to see it, like, because obviously since it's been a long time since we've seen a player like that. But
I don't remember any two-way player in the NFL.
Wasn't what's his name?
Devin Hester was kind of, because he was actually a defensive back in college.
Yeah, which he should have stayed at defensive back. Okay. I love Devin Hester. That man could not catch a ball. Like, in a regular passing route situation.
In traffic, like the ones you're supposed to catch when you're
like, I always remember it as like, why is he not still a DB? Like,
the video I always have of him is him getting tackled, running, like he just caught the ball on a crossing, and the dude grabs his pants. The dude's not wearing underwear. Just his bare ass hanging out, and the dude just held on to the back of his pants like pull him down. And I'm like, yeah, he shouldn't be a wide receiver. If I'm seeing it, we're not going to win games. Maybe we will. Maybe I looked at it the wrong way, but we didn't win games, so I was right.
Yeah. But I always wondered, though, like, why is he, like, that weird? Like, he should have been a defensive guy. Anyways, I don't think that he will necessarily, in my opinion, he will be good at both. But I think that, like, you get him in, like, a scheme where he can be, like, the nickelback or slot receiver or corner guy. And then you put him on offense.
Just in packages, you know what I mean? So he's not running down the field every play.
Yeah. But, like, I think he could be a wide receiver to be, like, he could be your guy on that. But I think it'll be interesting to watch and fun to watch.
I'm assuming he's fast, right? So, I mean, you could scheme up, like, I don't know how the Jaguar, Jags got other issues to me.
Oh, yeah.
He could be on offense, but if Trevor Lawrence is just giving the ball to the other team, what does it matter?
Yeah, I mean, we're still in the, is Trevor Lawrence good or not? Like, I'm not even convinced. Like, I don't know if he's good or not. It seems like it could go either way.
He was in college for sure.
Yeah.
He had good seasons.
Yeah.
You know, that's a weird one too. I mean, if I'm building a team, he's not like my first guy for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
I'm not sold on him either. Especially over the last couple of years. It's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
I've also openly and admittedly just like Trevor Lawrence. I don't know why. Maybe it's the whole Clemson thing, you know. Got a national championship that year, I'm pretty sure, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. What the heck is going
just
on?
Clemson being, you know, that whole thing.
Jeez. Well, you want to get into some local stuff real quick? I got a couple things for you.
Let me tell them about Happy Can real quick, and then when we come back, we will.
Yeah.
If I can find it. Here it is.
All right, Bears fans, before we dive back into the game talk, we've got to shout out today's sponsor, the Happy Can.
If you're looking for a refreshing way to unwind after a long day without the alcohol, but with all the chill vibes, the Happy Can is definitely where it's at.
Happy Can is a lab-tested, vegan-friendly, alcohol-free beverage that's infused with THC and CBD. If you're kicking back at home or catching up with friends, it's the perfect way to relax without the hangover.
Exactly. It's crafted for those of us who are over 21 and want to enjoy the benefits of THC and CBD without any of the alcohol. Plus, it's delicious, responsibly sourced, and do we mention, it's vegan-friendly.
No sketchy ingredients, just pure chill in a can. So if you're looking for something new to sip on, grab yourself a Happy Can and keep those good vibes going.
Make sure to check them out on buythehappycan.com and use code BARELYHAPPY for a special discount for just our listeners. Cheers to a happy, healthier way to unwind.
Happy Can, because life's better when you're chill.
Life is better when you're chill.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know that.
I tried a competitor's version the other night. Happy Can is way better. I don't remember what brand that was, but like...
He's mistaken by saying that because there is no competition.
Fair.
Happy Can's the Chicago Bears of drinks.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Except, yeah, Happy Can.
Yeah. Happy Can doesn't lose games on Hail Marys that shouldn't be happening.
We're the best at winning the offseason, though.
Oh, yeah.
How are the Bears the one, like, you turn on ESPN and they're the one we're talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. It really shouldn't. We haven't done crap since 2006.
Yeah.
We did Double Doink in 2018. People love to bring that up.
Oh, yeah. That's very much needed to bring that up.
Lost to a Super Bowl team, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Made it a little less painful. So, local.
Yes, I want to shout out this real quick, though. In the show notes. We do have a merch drop right now going. Got a couple T-shirts, hoodies, dad hats. So I just want to shout that out real quick. If you're interested in supporting us, I'll have the link in the show notes, and then just feel free to support us. And I mean, me and Michael do this for free and just try and have fun doing it. So it's a good way to kind of push us to keep going.
Yeah, we want to be on Barstool and whatnot, So listen to us and
Carstool.
tell us how we can be better. We're actually building our own company called Carpool Sports.
Yeah.
I'm Dave Bortnoy. I rate local sushi. You know the deal.
I just particularly stick to, I just rank local pepperoni.
Local pickled asparagus is all I'm into. Right, it's an Amish thing. Then we found in Iowa.
So far, Amana is leading. The Amana colonies.
Far the Amish have everyone beaten in this category. I know we do have baseball going on though locally, as well as ball.
Yep, Steamwheelers. Actually, the defensive lineman Keyshawn Moore will be the interview of this episode. So after we're done talking, we'll jump into that. But he was a good talk. Yeah, he's a lot of fun. Crazy on the field character, and then just like the nicest guy in the world. Just in person talking. So very interesting.
Like Akeem Hicks was.
Yeah, very soft spoken off the field, but literally just barking at people while he's chasing them down from. So
guy, till he's on the field.
Yeah,
it's just scary. Very cool. Looking forward to having that on and having everyone hear that. What position does he play?
Defensive line. I don't think they don't specify what position, but he had a journey. He was at the Colts mini camp for a little bit. He was drafted into the Canadian Football League, I believe. And then Saskatchewan, I believe, is the team that picked him. And then ended up with the Steamwheelers, and right now he's leading the team in sacks. So
that's awesome. They move around a lot more, I believe, in the arena football stuff than on the defensive line. Then
yeah, he is one of the. I think Doug Bland, when we talked to him, he called it the veterans. They get 7 of them or whatever. He is one of those guys, I believe. They were able to bring him back. This is his second year, I think, with the Steamwheelers.
Gotcha.
But with that being said, kind of after being riddled with injuries last week, the Steamwheelers did take their first loss this week. They played at 3:05 today. They played the Green Bay Blizzard, which stings as Chicago fans to hear Green Bay beat a team that we're fans of. But they are pretty beat up. I know our quarterback's down. We got a couple wide receivers down. We're just kind of riddled with injuries after that overtime win last week. We look to come back at home next week against the Tulsa. I can't remember. It was Tulsa something. But we'll look to take them on. Tulsa is 3-2, and we are 6-1.
Okay. Yeah, that's obviously they're not as competitive as we are in the league, but that's being the first loss. I feel like that's a good run, right?
Yeah, I would say so. So that was actually something we talked about with Keyshawn, or I talked about with Keyshawn, was that last week they were in that overtime game. He said that they definitely needed it, but they just got some injuries and stuff, and hopefully we get rested back up and we just go on another 6-game win streak, if not more.
That'd be nice. The more wins we get, the more attention Quad Cities gets in the league, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. And then the Riverbandits, this last week, they split a series with the Lake County. They went 3-2 in the series, I believe, moving them to 21-10 on the season so far. And then they still lead the Midwest League West with Cedar Rapids right behind them.
Gotcha. So they're playing pretty good this year too.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, Cubbies have had some good series as of late.
Yep. Yeah, just beat the Mets tonight.
I haven't been watching games, but I've been watching the highlights. It's been fun to watch some of the highlights. They've had some good at bats, and
Cubs have made it nearly impossible to watch their games, though.
Really?
Yeah, we have to have like that special. I think it's WGN's like subscription or whatever it is.
Gotcha. Yeah. Most of mine is ingested in small increments.
Yeah.
Highlights on different social networks. So, it's just the easiest for me because I can have 5 minutes or 10 minutes here and there, you know.
Right.
And baseball, as much as they've sped it up, it's still pretty slow sometimes.
Yeah.
So I did want to ask, what are your thoughts were on that that trade that did happen that we talked about? What do you think who's gonna benefit? The 3rd and the 5th round pick that they get, or
the fans that are not Cowboys fans? I think we're gonna see a crash out after week like 4 for George Pickens, and we're gonna see a man.
Lamb is a bit like that, right? No.
I mean, all wide receivers are, right? Like,
so I think there was some like. I mean, when you're losing, it's just everybody. It's rough on everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
But I don't think CeeDee Lamb's like 15 yards downfield having a fist fight with the cornerbacks.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He might be.
Yeah. Okay. And while I know your quarterback got better, I don't really know that the situation got better. I mean, he's in a roster with CeeDee Lamb, Ferguson's their tight end, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, which I think is a good.
Yeah, good tight ends. Like they've got good receiving running backs. Like that ball gets spread around, and he doesn't like that.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna see a crash out around like week 4, where every week we're just getting Kenny Pickens something with. He's gonna be the Will Levis this year, where every week is just meme worthy of like how ridiculous it's being.
And then what do you think the Steelers are doing then? You think they're just waiting for Aaron Rodgers, and then cause I heard talks of them getting Alan Lazard.
Yeah, that's
which they have to trade for him because he's on the
Jets. Yeah, roster. Jets like re-signed him too, didn't they? Like they want him. This Randall Cobb will be there too.
They did get Caleb Johnson though, which I think was a steal for them.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're doing. They got to be. I did hear a weird like, I think it was on PMT. They talked and were like, he's waiting till after the 14th so he doesn't have to play a bunch of night games, because if the Steelers don't have Rodgers, then their schedule won't have a bunch of night games on it. But if they do have Rodgers, it'll probably put night games.
That's ridiculous.
Because he is a prime. Like, I mean, as much as me and you do not like him, he is a quarterback that brings views.
Yeah, for sure.
And honestly, he brings views because we want to see him fail.
I don't even want to see him fail. I'm just kind of curious on what Aaron Rodgers is going to show up.
I like seeing him fail.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
You try to be optimistic for anybody, but even.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. I'm not rooting for like the first Jets year.
To root against him, even when he's not in Green Bay,
Yeah.
Yeah, we got other people to hate. Apparently, it's Jordan Love.
Matt LaFleur.
More like Matt LaFleur, I think, than Jordan Love.
I don't even know.
Man, Jordan
Ben
Love,
Johnson.
when I want him to, he does.
Yeah. That's got to be a culture shock to not like from go to Favre to Rodgers to like Jordan Love doesn't seem like a bad quarterback, but like he definitely doesn't seem like he's going to be like that Hall of Fame caliber so far. that the other two have been?
It's definitely a slower upward trajectory
Yeah.
thus far.
Yeah.
And the money you had to pay him already.
Yeah.
He's already getting $55 million a
Because
year now.
they had to pay it basically, and they didn't even know who he was yet.
1 year.
Yeah.
Because he had that for 3 years on his rookie contract, and then his fourth year he played, and it's like, he got to the playoffs. Yeah, he did. But he started out really slow, and, well, it turns out he starts out really slow every year.
Right.
And, he gets beat up. I don't think he's bad, but I don't think he's like the last two. I don't know. Not so far. And if he's going to be, then he's got to make a huge jump this year.
Yeah,
Your
I would
third
say
year
so.
of playing is really like the one, you know?
Yeah.
Especially since he's had some consistency with offensive and, coordinators and head coach.
Yeah.
I also just was wondering if you could name all the quarterbacks on the Browns roster.
On the Browns roster, it's so it's Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Shadur Sanders, Jalen Gabriel, and then Deshaun Watson.
Yep. There's probably someone else there too, just for funsies and undrafted.
Yeah. He ends up being the starter.
Johnny Manziel.
He's back, just taking it serious this time. The redemption tour.
So, boys.
Johnny Manziel, the redemption tour.
Who gets that starting job? Joe Flacco or any hands?
I would say probably Joe Flacco, right? Like, I mean, you're not really getting much out of either of them, but he has showed that he fits well in that scheme.
I just remembered Steelers did get Will Howard.
Oh yeah.
Do you think he might be something? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think you go for it with Will Howard and Mason Rudolph. Like Mason Rudolph starts like the first few games. If he loses some of them, like this, what I think is the crazy thing is like next year's quarterback class is going to be way better. And like as of right now, we all think it's going to be like last year's quarterback class, where it was just like pretty good hits on every guy. And
pending, and there's going to be a couple guys that just like go in their senior years or whatever.
Yeah, and just light it up.
Amazing seasons, plus the ones we already know that are good.
Yeah. So I think it's just a roll with Mason Rudolph. Understand that this year you're probably not gonna like light it up by any means. You go into this year. You've got some pretty good weapons to surround those not great quarterbacks. Like they've got a good offensive line. They've got DK Metcalf. They've got I don't remember who their tight end is, but I'm pretty sure he's like not a slouch by any means. Got a good defense. Like, just see what those two, like, see what Will Howard can do halfway through the season, and then find out if he's somebody you want to roll with for a while, or grab another quarterback next year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough thing to sell to your fans, obviously, and ownership and all that, but
they also, I mean, it's like I'm just like Pat Freiermuth and Darnell Washington.
yeah, Pat Freiermuth is a good tight end.
Yeah, definitely. What was I going to say? That even next year, I think maybe you with Tomlin, you're going to probably at least be above 500.
Yeah.
You're not totally. And then, like, you now have capital because you have multiples in the third and fifth that you can stockpile to. You know what? I just heard a thing about the Raiders trying to move up to get Jaden Daniels last year.
Oh, really?
They were going to offer 3 first-round picks, but the league wouldn't let them.
Wow, really?
They could only do 2 or something, plus others or something. I think that's what the. That's
Trying to hold the Raiders down.
Yeah, or just not letting them mortgage the whole house.
Yeah.
But
Raiders will be
we
bad
did it
for multiple years. Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, Carolina did it for us, to us, or
Yeah.
with us. So we've been on both ends of it. We just now got the last of it, or Luther Burden was the last of it.
Yep. I'd say it's turned out pretty well.
Yeah. And it's like, how could Bryce Young ever live up to all that? Because we got so many other pieces.
Imagine doing all of that for Bryce Young and then you missed on CJ Stroud.
Yeah. He's suspect at this point too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not as suspect, but
yeah. Once I get a bunch of tape on you, the game changes.
yeah.
Like happened to Brock Purdy, happened to I feel like Bo Nix is gonna have that fall off, I think.
Yeah, I can see it.
Let me tell him about Dead Threads real quick. And then we come back. We can talk about what we're gonna do this if we're gonna do this training camp or not.
Yeah, and then we also do I wish so badly the 17th of May in Des Moines. You know what that is?
Go.
Red Bull soapbox races.
Oh wow, that's a cool spot too, man. Where they do it, it's like a beautiful little spot. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah, and it's gonna be in Des Moines on the 17th, I believe.
Yeah.
So.
No. Too much stuff going on around here.
Yeah. Fortunately.
Alrighty.
Oh, May 31st. I'm sorry.
Oh. Memorial weekend. If you're all about expressing yourself through what you're wearing, then you got to check out Dead Threads. They got the most wicked collection of shirts that scream individuality. Want vintage vibes with your favorite team? Dead Thread has a tee for every vibe and occasion, whether you're chilling at home, hitting the streets, or even hosting your own podcast. Use code BARELY for 10% off. Oh. What is on the agenda for training camp? Do we know any dates yet for that?
I haven't seen anything yet.
Neither have I. I usually get notifications about it.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I don't remember when they said something about it last year either.
We got to plan our annual trip to Chicago Bears training camp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nothing that I know of yet. It doesn't show anything that I see.
Yeah, I was just looking too. I don't see anything
We
yet.
have they're just rookie minicamp now, so there's organized team activities, and it kind of ramps up.
It'll probably be later this month or early June that we'll hear like when you can get tickets, and then it'll be like late June, July you can get tickets.
I'm just gonna see. Look forward to hosting fans for practices in 2025, and we'll post additional details on this page regarding dates, times, and free tickets as more details become available. The first to know about future Bears events by signing up for email alerts. This is got a little button here on the website. So yeah, nothing yet. We'll keep you posted because we're going to plan our trip. So if you'd like to come with us and give us a ride and pay for our food, we prefer limousine if you can
Yeah.
afford it.
Like the Hummer limousine.
No, nothing GM. How dare you? I want to live.
Dude,
Just kidding. GM want to sponsor us. We love GMs.
in a neighborhood next to us, there's a
Yeah.
there's a early thousands Lightning going up for sale.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I was like, that truck's sick. And Julie's like, that truck's ugly. It's like, that truck is got a lot of power under that.
Yeah, it's got a lot of character, but I will say, like, when you drive new stuff, it's hard to go drive that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you want bliss and
Yeah.
land keeping and stuff that spoils you. It's like, yeah, it has to be like a, hot rod that you take out on the weekends, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
That being said, should we go to the interview?
Yeah, I did want to ask you. So it's been a while since me and you played Mount Rushmore. So Keyshawn has got a daughter. My Mount Rushmore that I asked him, snacks. Mount Rushmore is snacks you're stealing from your kid.
Oh, wow. Well, I am a kid, so basically it's like any of the chicken nuggets or French fries, for sure. She is 18 months, so she has a lot of like yogurt, like drops that just like melt in your mouth, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like those.
Those shocked me with how like tart they actually are.
Yeah.
I was like, that's nice.
She's got these like fake Cheeto puffs. She calls them snack.
Just snack.
Snack. So, and then she just, when I open the thing up, because it's like a tin, she just reaches in and grabs like the whole fistful. I was like, no. But yeah, those are probably my 4.
Yeah. Addie's unfortunately showing signs of like pretty much liking anything that I like. And I'm kind of pissed about it because it's like, no, Max didn't like half of it. Like, we went to Sonic today and I got an ocean water because like, oh, that sounds good. I was like, she liked it. I was like, this has like like very strong coconut flavor, and that's not like a kid thing to like. You're like, what are you doing? So it's been sharing my ice cream, sharing like drinks that I'm having. Like, it's like, what the hell? So Max wasn't like that.
I feel like that girls have a special connection to their dads too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not boys do with their mom that girls have with their dad.
Yeah.
So she's gonna attach to you and like the same things. It's funny also genetically, I think, because like Sonny just likes bread lovers in this house, and she just toast is like her thing.
Yeah, peanut butter toast is a big hit at our house.
Yeah, I mean any bread really.
Yeah, that's
is a hit. All right, well, we'll now go to the interview with Keyshawn Moore. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep.
And we will see everyone next week. Or hear everyone. Well, you'll hear us next week.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Yeah, definitely happy Mother's Day. And it's going to be beautiful in our neighborhood, so everyone will be out and about. Can't wait to see some football.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about the team. I'm excited to see what they might be.
I'm excited to see the offensive scheme.
They always get you, I don't know. They get it.
There's nothing else to look forward to this time of year. So when it all looks bright and cheery, you're just like, you haven't been hit by reality yet. That also every other team's been doing that, and just sucks.
Yeah. I will say, though, it is nice to have the Cubs winning some games.
Yeah.
Looking pretty strong this early in the season. I hope it's not like, win an early thing and then fall off. But they do have the pitching and the bats, it looks like.
Yeah.
And NBA basketball. Might be the end of Steph Curry.
Yeah, it might be. He's It definitely is looking a lot slower.
Which is like the end of an era, you know?
Yeah.
Not,
It changed like the entire league. The 3-point shots.
and LeBron's out of the playoff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like a lot of new guard.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, shoot. Did you hear that?
Huh.
Oh, it was playing in the interview.
Oh.
Started playing it. All right. That being said,